Network of awareness makes your brain coherent. One of the fastest growing podcasts. You can hear it 24/7. Got listeners out in London, informationalists in Paris. The echo spreading out, no parrot. Just dissect, digest, and share it. The righteous rhymes hit the spirit. Click 90 times, it won't perish. Cause y'all's the mind ain't no fairy tale like the belly our parents. It's time to rise, don't get wary. United minds, it's apparent. Download every single errand, but most ain't fit to catch it, even if they were Larry. Interviews, the interludes, they enter you, taking you on a journey like no other. It places you in a state of awareness. It's your fault if you hate the truth, cause Yahweh's on his way, my brother. Better change your views. All praise, yeah.
Peace and greetings. Presenting the Network of Awareness podcast radio station, providing in-depth information on society and culture in America and abroad, bringing you truth messages of inspiration, keen insight, reputable interviews, and so much more. So now, for the truth you've been waiting for, your host of the Network of Awareness podcast, Aura, the informationalist.
Please just tell me what's happening to me in plain English without the mumbo jumbo. How you doing?
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Yes, peace and greetings, folks. This is Or the Informationalist, and we are here live and direct on the Network of Awareness. That's right. This is Or the Informationalist, owner and founder of the Network of Awareness podcast radio show and of the Network of Awareness as a whole. And you know how we do on Wisdom Wednesdays, where we do a live broadcast where we give you some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on what's going on in America and abroad, especially when it comes to the social engineering and the propaganda that plagues our world, our society, and our culture. Today's episode on Wednesday, April 27th is Another Day in the USA, episode 87. A lie doesn't become truth, wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by a majority. Ain't that the truth? And isn't that what America represents? Isn't that what America represents, folks? I mean, talk to me now. Holla if you hear me. Because that's exactly what it is. That's what America is all about. We're going to talk about that today and about other things. We're going to cover some news segments of, the latest, greatest propaganda from the commercial news media, as we normally do on a Wisdom Wednesday. And I'm broadcasting here live from the Tampa Bay area. And it feels good to be alive. It feels good to be a child of the Most High. So we got a great show lined up today, and I hope you ready, because I'm ready. I was fasting for 20 hours. I ate 3 hours ago, and I feel great. It's something I'm going to start doing more and more. I'm going to start fasting longer and longer, eating one meal a day, just like I did. I ate some beans, some rice, some pink beans with some rice and some chicken, right? The chicken was baked. So you know how we do, right? And I'm feeling really wonderful right now. So I want to thank all the people from around the world that subscribe or tune into the Network of Awareness. Shout outs to my subscribers on Supercast. I got 2 new episodes coming out, but I'm probably going to keep the Supercast. I'm not sure yet, but I'll let y'all people know, since I'm coming out with networkofawareness.tv. What I'm going to do for those that subscribe to my Supercast channel, I'm going to ask you via email if you want to transfer your subscription over to Roku and the internet to watch the TV channel. And I'm going to hook y'all up because y'all believed in me so much that, it's only right to give y'all a discount specifically for supporting me. I'm going to do away with the Patreon. I think I'm just going to keep it, but I'm not going to really post episodes there. I'm just going to have it as a donation site if people want to donate to the Network of Awareness. And we're going to still build the Network of Awareness podcast. I haven't put out any episodes of Passion Pursues Purpose. I'm going to take care of that tonight. I'm going to do a lot of pre-records for anywhere from a half an hour to 45 minutes. And those shows will be posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you're going to see a promo tomorrow on social media in regards to Passion Pursues Purpose. Because starting in May, I'm going to go back to doing interviews on the Network of Awareness. And then some of those interviews I will do on Roku specifically. It depends on who I'm interviewing and all these other things. But there's going to be a lot of content coming. We're going to start growing more and more and really getting the proper exposure, because I haven't really invested any money in marketing. A lot of my marketing has been word of mouth or what people see on social media and what people that see my website. That's pretty much it. I haven't really invested a lot of money into marketing, only because I'm investing in growing in other ways. So now that we have the Roku channel that's coming soon, there's going to be a lot of marketing dollars invested into that along with the podcast. So we're going to be doing it up. And what I'm going to do too, just to kind of remind y'all, when I do my live broadcast on Roku, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I could do this, which I think I can, but I'm not sure yet. But if I can, I will. What I'm going to do is when I go do my live broadcast, I'm going to broadcast for 15 minutes. So what that means is I'm going to broadcast for 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. But the first 15 to 20 minutes, I haven't decided yet. If I can, I'm going to distribute that broadcast to the places like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and all these other platforms, but just for 15 minutes for free. After that, it's going to shut down. and it's going to go to paid subscription, which that's the only way you can subscribe to Roku is if you pay for a subscription. But I'm going to either do a 14-day free trial from when you first go on it or a 30-day. I haven't decided yet. I might do the 30-day. That way you get a full experience to know if this is something you want to do. All right. And shout out to all the brothers and sisters in the chat room. Appreciate you, Brother Cook. Not a problem. Definitely appreciate you coming on to the Passion Pursues Purpose. And if you ever want to come on to the Network of Awareness, which is a little bit bigger than, has a lot more listeners than Passion Pursues Purpose, you're more than welcome to do that to promote your business. I have no problem doing that, brother. My apologies, Brother Cook, for thinking it was your birthday. Was that, let me ask you, brother, King's Groove, was that like it's the anniversary or something of when you first started the company? Is that why it was saying that it was King's Groove's birthday? Because I thought it was you, but I was talking to Letta and she said it was possible that that's when you started the company. So, or when you first brought it to Facebook. So that's why it was saying that it was King's Groove's birthday. So my apologies for that. Shout outs to Nama, Mauricio. Mauricio, good to see you, brother, man. Nice to see you back, man. I was a little concerned about you. I haven't seen you in a while. Same thing with Sister Crystal. Glad to see you too, sister. And everybody else that's going to be trickling in down the line. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Kyle and other people chime in a little bit. So people, if you saw the promo earlier today for this episode, I played this song from the movie where it's like, America, fuck yeah, ready to save the motherfucking day. I played that song because America has this personality that they think they're the fucking shit, and they're not. This country fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? And most of the people suck out this bitch too. Let's not get that twisted. Okay? And that specifically goes to, matter of fact, let me look you up, you piece of shit. Let me look you up real fucking quick because you had some comments and I had to address you accordingly. So whatchamacallit? I'm getting some traction on TikTok. My TikTok channel is slowly growing, right? But I had some comments on an episode that I posted up with a clip. You know how I put my 1 minute to 3 minute clips of my podcast so that you can see, kind of get a little taste of what I was talking about. So that way, if you want to listen to it, you know what you're getting yourself into. And I've had some traction on that episode where it was called The Business of Wickedness. For some reason, that episode got a lot of attention. So to anybody like that episode and you want me to do more of it, I will, because it seems like a lot of people like that when I was talking about different things when it comes to the prison system and the history of America, like people like Benjamin Franklin and all that. But to the person called, what's your fucking name, you heathen? Log Hauler 101. He said, I'm pretty sure this is a white dude. He said, don't trash my country. Don't like it? Leave. Our government is corrupt, not our people. And I basically said, our country, please give me a fucking break. Last I remember, this is the land. This land belongs to the people who inhabit it, which are the indigenous tribes of this land. Way before you came here. Get your facts together. And that's just a fact, people, because at the end of the day, this is not our fucking country. This country belongs to the indigenous tribes that live here. I don't even like calling them Native Americans because what the fuck is a Native American? Okay, there's no such thing as a Native American. All right, that's some bullshit name that was given to the indigenous people. Many of them were melanated people. Many of them were Hebrew people that migrated here during the other trials and tribulations of slavery to escape the enslavement. And I got the facts to prove it. I got the motherfucking receipts to prove that. I got the receipts that a lot of the tribes migrated to the what's now called Puerto Rico, which was the island of Borican. And it's not a fucking coincidence that it has a Hebrew name. And many of the brothers migrated to the Dominicans, to Haiti, to Cuba, and many other places. Okay. And they were already there, and they got enslaved while they were there. That's just a fact. If you look back, I was taught this history by my godfather, who's a medicine man for 3 different tribes in 3 different continents. I got a full fucking education. Okay. A full education on that. That's why I speak so confidently about it, because not only have I had visions, but shit, I traveled into a portal on July 4th of 2001. I went into a fucking portal for 30 minutes. All right. So when I talk about this shit, I've lived it. It's not like I say shit just because it sounds fucking good coming out my mouth. I've really lived certain spiritual experiences that are so fucking surreal that make your head spin. I experienced shit at 16 years old when I was selling drugs that will make your fucking head spin. You won't believe it. It's shit that you only see in the movies, that they show in the movies, but I freaking lived it. And when it comes to this country, which is called the United States of America, this place sucks ass. Okay? It always has. Nothing has changed. And I'm so sick and tired of people saying, stop talking. If you don't like my country, leave. It's like, this ain't your fucking country, homie. This ain't your country. This ain't even your world. This ain't even your land. This is the Most High's world. And the Most High can do whatever the hell he wants to do with this place. Okay? Plain and simple. To all the Caucasians or the so-called white people, right? Because I don't even really like using these terms like white, black, and Hispanic and all these bullshit social constructs that have been created by some fucking demon, all right? In, some time ago, in another century. It's all bullshit, man. It's a legacy of lies. That's it. That's what we live in. We live in the land of lies. Constantly fucking lies. That's it. It's really that simple. So stop saying this is your country. This is not your fucking country. Stop saying that shit. That's why a lot of y'all getting punched in your face when you start using the N-word and talking out your face and popping your chest out. There's a part of me that wants Trump to come back and take office so that all of these so-called white people that want to pop their chests out, get it popped right back the fuck in, because those days are over. You can talk your shit in private, but don't talk your shit in public, because you will get hurt. Plain and simple. There's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of melanated people that are not in that 1950s, 40s mindset where you put your head down and say, yes, sir, no, ma'am. Won't happen again. All that boy shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't fly. This country has a lot to pay for. This country, if you think this country is going through a recompensation, you haven't seen shit. You haven't even seen shit. There's so much more to come when it comes to the treachery and the history of this vile fucking place. This place used to be very beautiful way before it was taken over. It was a beautiful fucking place. It had a whole different energy to it. But now a lot of the energy has been tainted by the blood of murdered men and women for the most sickest reasons, whether it be ritual blood sacrifices, executions, rapes, extortion, broken treaties. The list goes on and on and on. A lot of people may not like what I'm saying, but it's the fucking truth. That's what we do here at the Network of Awareness, because we have a network that brings awareness of truth, because the truth is absolute, and the truth if you want to accept it and really embrace it, and if you really want to understand what purpose the Most High has us here for, then you will discover that the truth is absolute, and that truth is the very light that you were created in the image of the Most High. See, in scriptures, when it says that the Most High created us in his image, a lot of people think it is the physical, but it's not. The physical is something that is so temporary. The image, the Most High is not temporary. The Most High is that which is and always will be forever. Infinity. Just like the infinite universe that we are a microcosm within. So when you think that if the Most High created us in the image of the physicality, you are far from understanding the truth, because the reality is that the Most High created us in his image, which is the image of light. And light is energy, and energy never dies. It only transforms. Okay, can I get a witness? So, long hauler, whatever the fuck your name is, fuck you twice. Go get 2 Modernas, 3 Pfizers, and 1 Johnson & Johnson, and don't call me in the fucking morning. All right? And shout outs to the people that did make positive comments and truthful comments about how America has been a big PSYOP mission for many, many, many years, if not since its inception. That's just a fact. It is what it is. And if you don't like it, go kick some fucking rocks somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, when I started this platform, I was like, I'm not fucking around. I'm going to speak not my truth. I'm going to speak the truth. Because my truth may not be your truth, but the truth of the Most High is absolute. And this, listen, but just another day in the USA. So speaking of that, let's get it popping real quick. Before we even get into any intermissions of music and all that other shit, we're going to get it popping real quick. And we're going to come in hot today. Hot, like fire, you know? So let's get it popping real quick. And with that being said, let me pull this up real quick. Now, I want you to hear the latest, greatest propaganda about this heifer, this hussy named Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? Let's check it out.
Good evening, everyone. Vice President Kamala Harris is isolating at home tonight after joining millions of Americans who have tested positive for COVID-19. The White House says she does not have symptoms, and her list of recent close contacts does.
Can somebody explain to me again how you have no symptoms? Like, they still rocking with this shit. Oh, sir, you have AIDS, but you show no symptoms. Sir, you have diarrhea, but you show no symptoms. Hey, you got erectile dysfunction, but you show no symptoms. You have a headache, but you show no symptoms. You have a fever, but you show no symptoms. Hey, you have colon cancer, but you have no symptoms. Hey, you are fucked up in the game, but you show no symptoms. This is why I have no respect for this country that I live in, that I've been living in all my life, because this country is full of shit. And I'll read it again, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Just in case anybody's just coming in, or, we have new listeners from time to time that just want to check out my show and see what it's about and put their 2 fucking cents in there. A lie doesn't become truth. Wrong doesn't become right. And evil doesn't become good just because it is accepted by a majority.
Does not include the president or first lady, whom she last spent time with over a week ago. Tonight, as new COVID cases in the U.S. continue to trend upward, deaths and hospitalizations remain lower, even as the country gradually lowers its guard, learning to live with COVID. Many, including Vice President Harris, counting on vaccines and boosters to protect against severe illness. The news breaking as the CDC today offered a stunning glimpse into how many lives the virus has touched. New data revealing more than half of Americans have shown evidence of the virus infection. Kristen Welker has much more.
Tonight, America's most powerful woman contracting COVID-19. The White House announcing Vice President Kamala Harris tested positive on both rapid and PCR tests this morning, all unfolding just before she was scheduled to meet with President Biden in the Oval Office. Harris tweeting, "Today, I tested positive for COVID-19. I have no symptoms and I will continue to isolate and follow CDC guidelines. I'm grateful to be both vaccinated and boosted."
She is boosted, actually twice boosted, right? We have a very, very contagious variant out there. It is going to be hard to ensure that no one gets COVID in America. That's not even a policy goal.
According to the White House.
Yo, we can't make this shit up, right, brothers and sisters? We can't make this shit up, man. Not the most clever motherfucker in the world that does Hollywood movies, that's got the most vast imagination in the fucking world, can make this shit up. All right, let's continue. You heard what they said. She's doubly dosed. She's bigly boosted. And she shows no symptoms, but yet she tested positive. We are in the twilight zone. Just to let y'all know, in case y'all didn't know, here in America, we are in the twilight zone. All right. And that zone is being filled with so much propaganda that it's almost like, and I'm talking from my own personal perspective. I can't say this is a fact. This is just how I personally feel. I feel like, not that life is not worth living, but life here is not worth engaging in. And what I mean by that is like all of the institutions and the recreational things that are out here, it's not really that enjoyable anymore because most people in this country, they have a couple of screws loose. Their screws are loose within their brain. They're not functioning right. People lack a lot of common sense here. And it's because they've been so conditioned to accept bullshit that they think with a bullshit mentality. They don't question shit. Critical thinking skills is not even at a 0. That shit is at like a negative 25%. For most people out here. And yes, I said most, because if you were to travel around this country, you would see a vast amount of stupid people doing stupid things, having trivial, stupid conversations, and having stupid looks on their fucking faces. Because most people here are desensitized from truth. They can't allow truth to resonate within their hearts, within their minds, and ultimately within their spirit, because they're too stuck on materialism, on superficial things, and most importantly, their ego has overridden their motherfucking spirit.
House. The last time the vice president saw President Biden was last Monday at the Easter egg roll, and Mr. Biden tested negative yesterday. It comes as the CDC reports as of February, nearly 60% of Americans have been exposed to COVID, almost double the amount seen in December of last year. And late today, Pfizer is asking the FDA to approve a booster shot for children ages 5 to 11. The White House COVID coordinator calling this moment an inflection point, and was asked, is it just a matter of time before the president gets COVID too?
I wouldn't say it's just a matter of time, but of course it is possible that the president, like any other American, could get COVID. The bottom line is he is vaccinated and boosted. He is very well protected.
Kristen, what?
You heard what they said. You heard what they said. See, the reason why I'm showing this segment, it's for educational purposes, but it's not what you may think it is, because I'm not focusing on COVID-19 today because, I've already talked about that so many damn times. It's like, what more can I say? Now, am I going to let that topic go forever? No, absolutely not, because we need to keep up to date with the fucking nonsense. But at the same time, the reason why I'm showing this is because I want you to see the level of not just propaganda, but the level of bullshit that's fed to us on a daily basis. And they're feeding us this shit real heavy these days, where it's like, you can't tell me that the society and the culture in which we reside in here in America is not distorted on multiple levels. You can't convince me of that, because every day I walk outside, every time I travel, whether it's a short or long travel, there's some bullshit that I see that just like it doesn't sit well with me. People are mentally unstable, and something that's not talked about enough is the mental health of the society called the United States of America, because it's sick. It's really sick. Like 65 to 75% of Americans are taking some form of pharmaceutical drugs just to get through their day. And those drugs are slowly but surely deteriorating their brains, their livers, their hearts, their lungs, and any other parts of the body that it can affect. People are walking around here sick. People are walking around here spiritually sick. And some of us out here are walking out here spiritless. There's a lot of automatons. There's a lot of zombies walking around. There's just a lot of dumb shit happening. Let's continue.
What do we know about the treatment the vice president is receiving?
Well, Lester, we asked the vice president's office whether she's taking any therapeutics or other treatments. Her aides declined to answer. Meanwhile, White House officials tell us there are no plans to change the COVID protocols here. Lester?
Of course not. Why would we want to do that? We don't want to change that. We got to keep that going.
Kristen Welker, thank you.
Okay, so they're playing a commercial right now. We'll let that rock for a second. Okay. Now, as you heard, come on, people, like this thing that they're doing, you've heard me say this shit last year. This is not going nowhere. Right now, I saw a segment earlier today that Pfizer wants to get approval to give booster shots to 5 to 11-year-olds. To 5 to 11 years old. And hey, I'm not going to even make any derogatory comments towards the parents that want to get their children boosted. I'm not. You know what? Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Because if you want to welcome any type of misery into your life, it's your life that you're living. Knock yourself the fuck out. Because one thing I've realized in the past 2 years here is that nobody wants to fucking listen. There's only a few that are actually going to have an ear to actually listen. And there's only a few that are actually going to have the spiritual eyes to see beyond the lie, see beyond what's being covered up, see beyond the conspiratorial camouflage that is placed as a fucking blanket over this place to keep you covered with nothing but propaganda and a lot of lies that are meant to lead you astray from not only who you truly are, but from understanding what you are. And that is the biggest lie ever, is because it's being perpetrated. The propaganda serves a spiritual purpose. It's to keep you spiritually disconnected from yourself. So instead of seeing yourself as a spiritual being having a physical experience, you see yourself as a physical being having a spiritual experience. And that's the biggest problem. And that's why the ego is overriding most people's actions, because everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be noticed. Everybody wants to get the nice big car and the big house. And they want to be able to tell people about their house. You ever been to people, like you ever hung out with family and then they'll have that neighbor that they really like. They're like, oh, you got to meet my friend Billy. And he's going to invite us to his house. And then you meet Billy and it's like, show him the house. It's like, oh, let me show you my house. It's like, this is my room. And this is my den with my pool table. And it's like, who gives a fuck? It's so much image fuckery going on. You know, I've seen it all too many times. That's why I have no fucking desire to go to any fucking barbecues or gatherings or any of that fucking shit anymore, man. I don't want to deal with none of that. I'd rather just be by myself, be with the people that I love and care about, be with the people of like minds, and do fucking meaningful things. I'd rather be in the woods, hanging out, you know, experiencing nature, giving praise to the Most High, being in deep meditation and prayer, and connecting to something that actually has some fucking meaning to it. Because this country has no fucking meaning to it. This is not a place of liberty. This place is a place of enslavement. And it's always going to be like that until its last day. That's why this place doesn't need to exist anymore. And that's why you always hear that I can't wait for that day to happen. I don't know when that day is coming, but I can't wait for it to happen. And I really mean that. Because this place has brought too much death and destruction. And just so much hatred here. So much hatred. That's why I don't like using words like nigga, because that word, I'm going to tell you something. The reason why I don't like using that word is because that word carries a vibration to it, man. And it's a very hateful vibration, right? Because we all have now learned that words have meaning. Words have power. Words have energy, right? Like the Japanese scientist that was speaking certain words to rice and to water, and he was electricizing the water to see what stasis it was in. And then whenever they were speaking hateful words to whatever form of energy that they were, putting under the microscope, that shit was toxic. And when it comes to that word is toxic, man. When that word is being spit out, that shit has a vibration to it. And that word was created here, nowhere else but here. And then eventually it traveled outside of here. This country, when that dude wrote that statement to me, was like, if you don't like it here, if you don't like my country, it's like this, especially, that's why I'm telling you, I want to see Trump come back into office. I do. Because then if my fucking neighbor that lives up the street comes down to my house and rides with his little ATV and his little fucking golf cart like he likes to do, you know what I'm saying? And he puffs his fucking chest out at me and tries to talk to me a certain way, I'm going to cave that shit in. I'm looking forward to that shit because me personally, my warrior spirit is like, bring it. Bring it. Because the year 2022 is the year, not only the year of the Hebrew, but it's the year for us to do what the fuck we got to do for ourselves. It's the year where we have to see and really live and see ourselves in a different light. And that light needs to be bright as fuck. That light needs to be blinding for all these hating ass, wicked people that live here. Because where I live, it's a fucking satanic vortex. Does that concern me? No. Am I worried about a fucking Satanist or some wicked demon motherfucker? No, not at all. I'm not scared. And I'm not trying to talk like I'm some fucking tough guy, okay? Because I'm not a big dude. I'm only 5'11", and I weigh about 190 pounds. I gained some weight. Well, I probably weigh like 200 now. I'm not this big dude, but I ain't a little dude either. And I'm not going to be scared because an energy that has resonated for over 400 years has resonated present day to make me feel like I'm inadequate, like I'm less of, like I'm not worthy. Those days are over, people. This is not a time to be timid with your life. Because if you are, that same energy is going to subdue you. It's going to consume you. And it just is what it is. Really? Oh, shit. I'm looking at Brother Cook's statement. You live in Georgia with a family member who worships Satan? Wow. Okay. That's crazy, bro. Sorry to hear that, man. You know, speaking of that, just to go off on a different tangent real quick, I found out a couple of years ago that my grandfather, okay, my father's father, and listen, I'm just going to speak it the truth. My grandfather was a piece of shit. Let's just call it what it is. But I found out that my grandfather used to practice Santeria. He was in the dark craft and the dark arts. He practiced Satanism. And I heard he was deep into it. And then all of a sudden they said he found Jesus and he was reading scriptures and that he professed himself to God or whatever the fuck I was told. And I feel like my grandfather really kind of put a stain on this family through his actions. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I never got to know him. I think I met him once. And when I met him once, he was like looking at me and he's like, do you know who I am? And I was like, yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, and I don't give two fucks because I know what you're about. I know what you did to my father. I know what you did to your kids. I know what you did to your wife. So I really don't give two fucks about getting to know your fucking old ass. And I stand by that. A lot of my family, if they was to hear me saying that, they'd be like, oh, you can't be talking like that. It's like, no, if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. I'm not going to fucking smile in your face. That's why if I know, if you and I are friends or whatever, if I'm in a relationship with you and I know that one of your family members did some fucking fucked up shit, like try to touch you a certain way, or a family member, molested a kid, or like one of my great uncles or whatever, I heard he molested one of my cousins, and that's why my cousin's gay today. I don't want to be around you. Because I'm going to want to hurt you. I'm not going to act cool with you. I'm not going to be respectful and be like, oh, that was a long time ago. And I don't want to hear none of that shit. You're a fucking demon. I don't want to be around fucking demons. I slay demons. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around no fucking demon. And we got a lot of demons out here. See, people don't like to believe that the spirit world does exist, but it really does. All of this is spiritual. Our whole fucking entire existence, people, is spiritual. Everything that operates here is spiritual. That's why everything is based on perception, because perception is based on spirituality. Whatever you believe to be real can be. That's how energy works. That's how perception works. And that's why you got a lot of people that are twisted and fucked up, because there's men and women here that can skew the perceptions of many. And that's what happens here in the United States of America. They create an image to have you perceive this place to be oh so wonderful, oh so great. But it's not. It's really, really about this. Doesn't that sound familiar? Didn't when the Twin Towers fell, everybody was like, America, fuck yeah. Get them, Bush. Get Osama bin Laden. Fuck yeah. We're Americans and we're here to stay. And we're going to rebuild. That's the perception, right? We're Americans. We're tough. We don't take no shit from nobody. That's the perception.
Fuck yeah! What you gonna do when we come for you now? It's the dream that we all share.
Fuck the dream that you share. I don't share no fucking dreams with America. You know what I'm saying? I'm sharing a fucking nightmare.
It's the whole for tomorrow. Fuck yeah!
Now they're gonna let you know what America is really all about. Here we go. This is why America is one of the dumbest fucking places. It's ranked so fucking low on the educational scale when it comes to countries around the world. This place is ranked real fucking low because there's a lot of fucking dumbness. And they're going to break it down to you real quick.
McDonald's, fuck yeah! Walmart, fuck yeah!
McDonald's and Walmart, that's America. Let's keep going. Sports, entertainment, that's America. That's what everybody thinks America's about. And that's how they skew your perceptions through sports and motherfucking entertainment. And of course, last but not least, slavery, which is the very vile fucking behavior and acts that were conducted for many, many hundreds of years and still going on strong today in the prison system and in human trafficking. That's how this whole country was built. It was built off of rape, torture, and freaking enslavement and manipulation.
Fuck yeah!
That's what America is really about right there. And that's why that dude said, if you don't like my country, then leave. Fuck out. This ain't your fucking country, dummy. This ain't never been your country. You people that are call yourself so-called white people, man, you are fucking delusional, man. And shout outs to all the real Caucasian people out here, because not all white people are ignorant and dumb. There's many white people that are awakened to the reality and always have been. They were raised that way by their parents and their parents. There are good so-called Caucasian men and women out here. A lot of them are lost. And there's a lot of people from all different ethnicities in this motherfucker that are lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm not singling out any ethnic background for that matter, because there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers. When I was growing up, I'll be honest with you, me personally, I could not stand, because when I was growing up, I always found Asian girls, like Chinese and Japanese girls and Koreans that I grew up around in New York City. I always found them to be very attractive. You know what I'm saying? And Filipino women too. Shout outs to my sister Lorna, one of my good friends. Shout outs to Lorna and Rich out in Texas. I always found Asian women to be pretty, but you know what was really disgusting to me? When I used to meet these Asian women that talk like freaking white girls, man. Ugh. Yuck. I was so disappointed, man. And then you see them, you think they speak a certain language, and they're like, hi, my name is Kim. How you doing? Oh my God. Like that type of stuff. Ugh. Yuck. I used to hate that shit when I used to experience that shit. But there's a culture here that it conditions you to accept a certain way, and it's influenced by white culture. But white culture is not even culture. It's fucking McDonald's and fucking Walmart and Wendy's and baseball and football. It's not really a culture. It's fucking cheeseburgers and French fries. It's not really no culture, man. This place is cursed. And I know a lot of people don't want to accept that. But it is. This place is cursed, man. This place is wicked. It always has been. It's just another day in the motherfucking USA, people. Another day in the fucking USA. I do these shows because I want people to understand that this place, it's not good. It has great people that live in it. I give you that. There are some pretty great people that live here. But the institution, the land is cursed. It was cursed a long, long time ago, man. And that frequency has increased in its vibration of misery. But people like to go along just to get the fuck along because they're so heavily consumed in their own personal bullshit. And that's just a fact. It's something that I've seen many of times, too many times, if you ask me. But let's continue, because now I'm going to, I'm just going to play how these people want you to live in fear. So now they're going to discuss how Russia warns of nuclear war risk. So they want you to think that we're going to have this big war. And I'm not saying that it's not possible, but a lot of this shit is just becoming so phony. People, real wars are wars. Vietnam was a real motherfucking war on a fucking small ass island called Vietnam. World War II was a real motherfucking war, and Hitler was not playing around, okay? This shit right here, this is just a lot of propaganda, man, because nothing's really popped off. And I know they're showing these images and stuff, people, but a lot of this stuff is organized.
Sending natural gas supplies to Poland and Bulgaria as its forces step up their assault on eastern Ukraine. Kelly Kobiea is there for us.
Tonight, Ukrainian troops trying to hold the line in the east, now facing an intensifying Russian assault. In Mariupol, authorities say Russian forces have hit a steel plant 35 times in 24 hours. It's the last holdout of Ukrainian troops there. The city's mayor says a third mass grave has been discovered and that locals are being forced to bury bodies in exchange for food and water. And tonight, Russia is taking new actions outside Ukraine, now cutting off natural gas deliveries to Poland after Poland refused Russia's demand to pay in rubles. Poland, like much of Europe, is still buying Russian oil and gas and has been sending Ukraine weapons. Today in Germany, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin meeting with defense officials from 40 countries, pushing for more military support for Ukraine.
Ukraine clearly believes that it can win. And so does everyone here.
And U.S. officials now tell NBC News that American intelligence sharing at the beginning of the Russian invasion helped Ukraine move its aircraft and air defenses out of harm's way. All of it comes after those stunning comments from Russia's foreign minister overnight, saying the U.S. and NATO are fighting a proxy war, warning the risk of World War III is real.
And see, I'm going to end it there because the risk of World War III has always been real because that is really what they want. War is big money, people, for these demons, for these oligarchs. Big money. But it also, what war does, war conditions and transitions culture and life around the world. And that's why they want to do it, because the war is going to serve the purpose for Agenda 21, which is the one world order satanic system agenda. That's it. So with that being said, let's take an instrumentation and we're going to get it popping. Okay. So let's start it off. I'm going to play some beats, some music, and we're going to get this shit popping. Okay. So let's get it going. You tuned into the.
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Nothing like stage screen radio TV. of that. For one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, here I am. Should I kick down the door? Or bust in the window? Or knock on the door? Or peep through the peephole? I finally don't made it inside. Finally, you probably wonder what I'm doing here. Looking for pieces from my past. Running y'all to find them. If I find them, I can put them together. I just wanna take a seat and sit out instead of the puzzle. I just wanna know what I did wrong. What I gotta do to fix it and make it right. Cause right now I'm sitting in darkness. Praying y'all to beam the light down. On the location of the puzzle, on the area I need to visit next. Hey, I spotted me on Marcus. Let me write on the wall that I've been here. On that I cried and reminisce. On the bullshit that I did in my past, I was a dumbass. Straight from the gutter to the porch. While I jump off the porch, we getting ready. Running y'all that hold me steady. Wiping my last tear as I head out to my journey.
Open up, let me in, let me in. I'm looking for him that can change my life and clean all my sins. Clean all my sins. Not looking for Jesus, not looking for God, I'm looking for Yah. And I'ma keep getting louder, louder. Every time I knock. It's been a long journey. Had to walk it all solo. I'm trying to live forever, ever. Never yelled out YOLO. Never yelled out YOLO? No. Do you play both sides? No. Do you like to get high? No. Are you scared if you die? No. I've been through the fire, I'm tough enough for that spiritual armor. I done found a Messiah. Tell mama, my head's high, now I'm laughing when they try to bring the drama. Arms on, legs on, chest on, heads on, arms.
To my family, I'm honored to spit on this. You are in the splash zone, I don't need no helmet. This is special to me, metaphors crazy. About to butcher this beat, Micah Myers psycho. Never been unstable, I am very faithful to my sisters, to my brothers. Yes, we come from different mothers. Shout out to the Hebrews, the one who is righteous. The other knuckleheads need to drown in the ocean. Very fortunate that I found a real family. The ones you know your whole life, turn on you swiftly, on and off like a light switch. Two personalities stay very far away. Real artists on here, we are here to stay. Line, yeah, here we are, cause we love Yah. No moonlight in here, the grass ain't greener on the other side. We right where we need to be. Thank Father Elohim, he believes in me. Hands to the east, on my knees, can't achieve without the King of Kings. It's a pleasure, it's an honor to serve the Son and Father. I feel content, thank you Lord for the wisdom and knowledge. Cause here I am, here we are, till the end, standing strong. Every day, heads up high, to the sky we battle on. The breastplate is strapped on, this is Babylon. No time for games, no time to play around, this ain't basketball. The path we're on is extra long, 1/3 is excellent. We keep the laws to the best of our ability with humility. Man, it's hard, but the euphoria keeps us pushing forward. Ain't no grumpy old troll put us down, not even COVID. No. Cause truth is a journey and it's a test of faith. A tough fight, yeah, but here we are. All praise Yahweh.
United so strong. We've come
Texas, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, California, New Jersey, North Carolina, New York, South Carolina, Nevada, Virginia, Arizona, Alabama, Colorado, Michigan, Wisconsin, Washington, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Indiana, Rhode Island, District of Columbia, Minnesota, Delaware, Arkansas. Let's go.
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Now you see something. Now you see now. Now you see now. You done fucked up. You done fucked up. You done fucked up. I see it. I see it. No. I see it. No. What's up? I'm saying. You done fucked up. You done fucked up.
You think you'll be able to get to that point, or do you think for the rest of your rap career?
Shout outs to Take One and D Nice.
What's your take on that?
This is the interview.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just live for today. I just can't really, see the future. I mean, hopefully if I have more good days, I'll rap, more serene.
All my life, I've been fighting to get to a place I belong. It gets hard, but I won't quit, 'cause I know the Lord's made me strong. You can't run, you can't hide, 'cause life is still gonna always be there. All my life, I've been fighting to get to a place I belong.
I understand, and I really get it. I understand, everybody's different. I understand upbringings can be rough. Not everyone was raised with privilege. I understand everybody's cards are different. I understand everybody's got a mission. Your life wasn't even your decision. You were just stitched up, born, raised, and placed in this position. Sounds unfair, you didn't get a say, but Yahweh makes no mistakes. You might resent it, but your life plays a role in a big picture Yah has made. So whether you were raised wealthy or poor, there's no mistake as to why you were born. Don't be ashamed, don't be so torn. Learn to embrace that you're better than the norm.
All my life, I've been fighting to get to a place I belong. I belong. It gets hard, but I won't quit, 'cause I know the Lord's made me strong. Made me strong. Can't run, can't hide, 'cause life is still gonna always be there. All my life I've been fighting to get to a place I belong.
Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna do it because I'm just gonna do it. Here, no, that's bullshit, because that's not what state of mind I'm in. So if I be in a better state of mind, then yeah, but right now I'm just like all over the place.
Everything that I say, it's never been a lie. All the pain I endure, it made me wanna cry, 'cause it hurt deep inside. It pains me every day, it pains me every night. How much I gotta fight to keep myself alive. Can I take a break from shit? In a minute, I'm just gonna lose it. I don't wanna live like this. Self sound much better. I could get out the way, no suicide. Somebody gotta take me. I'm a battle to the end, guarantee never been a coward in this. Just fear restricted, better pay attention. What I gotta say is authentic. A lot of people cannot do this transparent. It's a different task to manage. Spread it out to the planet. Knows me on a personal tip. Gotta be straight from the hip. Total darkness, I don't want a part of it. Believe what I say, I want positive energy. Never want, I need a little bit of peace. I really wanna show all 32 teeth. Got a beautiful smile, it's been a while. I'm a really nice guy when I see you. High five, only thing keeping me calm when I praise ya. When I praise ya.
All my life I've been fighting to get to a place I belong. I belong. It gets hard, but I won't quit, 'cause I know the Lord's made me strong. Made me strong. Can't run, can't hide, 'cause life is still gonna always be to get to a place I belong. I belong. Around the information.
I think that you'll be able to outgrow this, this state of mind, of like, darkness and not, being able to
Please just tell me what's happening to me in plain English without the mumbo jumbo. How you doing?
Shout outs to all my brothers and sisters with that unwavering faith. 'Cause faith without works is dead.
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Let's go.
sticking to the man. Revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. Ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore, they gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Get up out my way, I'm coming through with the squad. I could never lose, cause I'm moving with God. Fight the power, Mr. Man, wanna ruin us all. But there's too many of us, and we all true to the cause. Che Guevara in my starter, rage against the machine. Fight the power, take tomorrow back and wipe the slate clean. We ain't gon' cower to these cowards, we gon' stand for what's right. Get hype in this mug while we spreading the light. Where my soldiers at? Get it going, we gon' show them we ain't cheap. Yo, it's over, overthrow they ass. Let them know you mad, bring it to them right where they stay. Don't trip, take the chip, love wins at the end of the day. Sticking to the man, still sticking to the man. Revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. Ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore, they gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Fat cats eating while the rest of us starve. We can't have that, fed up, get ready for war. Can't have fast revolution doing the most. We won't go quiet, don't listen to us, you told. We done playing with you, it ain't a game, yo, we making history. Read, baby, fuck the fame, I wanna change the system. Break your prison, got the key for the lock. Won't stop till we free and my people on top. On God, homie, is you really with us, so what you bout? Make a decision, get busy living, so out for the real thing. You are what you do, who are you? I'm definitely and I came to rule. Sticking to the man, still sticking to the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. Run up in the Senate, niggas, hush. Think you getting over on us, but you not. The system has been rigged, the government's been bought. The house don't represent us, it represents the ops. Stand with standing by, take the man right out. God damn it, we ain't having what you handing out. We want clean air, clean food, water. A future for our kids, bitch, this a new order. Tear down the wall, love is for all. Death to the man in the system we call. Freedom ain't free if you can't breathe. Real people stay woke, we ain't gon' sleep. Get it crackin', packin' activism. A full clip, show them crackers, we ain't having all that bullshit. The aristocracy is gonna share starting now. Stick it to the man, pull the trigger. Wow, stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man.
Stick it to the motherfucking man.
Music, Satan's favorite gateway, because music can be a demonic portal. What I mean by that, you know, everybody knows the popular quote, what goes in must come out, all right? Because whatever you feed your mind and soul is going to eventually reflect in your actions and your thoughts.
It's a fight to the finish, just like Tyson and Silas. The spirit guides me to finish. To touch you, I hope you feel it. No doubt, and that's for the pigeons. Fist right to the villain of evil, manipulating this generation of children. Things I see in the media got me heated up. Girls barely in their teens used for pedophilia. Celebrities simply misleading them. How can you live with yourself knowing damn well that you deceiving them? Feeding them nonsensical bullshit for their mental, like it's cool to be famous when you know it's detrimental. Y'all convince them that it's hard work, dedication, and God. Last time I checked, we give all our praises straight to Yahweh. Hey, come on, the music is more than just vibes. It keeps us pushing forward every day of our lives. It's my 9 to 5 to do it and do it right. You know I gotta stay on the grind.
If deception was the only way that I could reach the me, I would stop rapping in a heartbeat. Music is a way of praising Father Yahweh Elohim, but Babylon tells you chase the dream. Infinite songs, but only 1/3 of it is living up to what it's supposed to be. Thank Elohim for the remnant who understands the power of music.
The fear of COVID got people so petrified. If one's life lies out and Satan chooses a side, A lot of righteous haters try to play both sides. They lack faith and work so spirit stays penalized. I realize life is hard without the Most High, and he who knows there's much to learn is really wise. Mad grateful to be alive to see the sun rise. Try to stop my vibes, I'm exercising swords and arms. I'm in my prime, righteously prepared to shine and grind. So shocked and surprised every time you analyze my rhymes. Cause orbits aligned with stars you can't even find. I spit that light that leaves chills up and down your spine. You coulda, woulda, but didn't. Who you kidding? In my fans, frontin' forbidden. Who the fuck is you fibbing? You better think twice before you think I'm tripping on y'all children. If you feel hard, then we gonna make you harder. Hear it?
If deception was the only way that I could reach to me, I would stop rapping in a heartbeat. Music is a way of praising Father Yahweh Elohim, but Babylon tells you chase the dream. Infinite songs, but only 1/3 of it is living up to what it's supposed to be. Thank Elohim for the woman who understands the power of the music.
Feel like music influences your behavior or people's behavior?
If you allow music to do it, it's a difference. You know, like I said, there's people out here who could consume music one way and not, well, at least they feel that they're not affected by it. There's other people who live their life through music. Like anything that certain artists say is Bible to them.
To the network of awareness.
The mind of the soldier holds stars deep as an ocean.
He chosen focus, devoted to get a crown and a road with it.
Road is narrow and focused, you can tell by the way in which he flows with it.
None of these rappers, y'all opposers a lost soul in them.
Holding them all accountable for the music controlling them.
Countless of hundred thousands of soulless people supporting them.
Righteous music accounts, most folks won't go to them.
Don't worry about it, cause Yahweh knows who the chosen is.
Shalom to them for constantly dropping projects for y'all to spin.
Food for the spirit, once you hear it, now you confident.
Daily battle, fighting hard like we in a boxing gym.
Babylon ain't looking tall no more, she needs oxygen.
Got the win, still got motions floating that we got to live.
Positive, roller coaster, corporate, watch cooperative.
Jab now, cry later, just not with the consequence.
Zombies swelling in the dark, my direction where Yahweh is.
Destined for greatness, but not the kind that you thinking of.
Pointless being famous in a realm that the demons run.
Yet, you still got takers who making vibrations.
Elated egos and cadences leave you feeling all vacant.
Cause Satan takes them and breaks them and makes them look real amazing.
They gaze and phase in the matrix, embracing the fake and awaken.
The cake and bacon temptation persuades to change your foundation. If Yahweh in your brain, you'll end up discombobulation.
In one's life lies Yah and Satan's truth aside. In one's life lies Yah and Satan's truth aside. In one's life lies Yah and Satan's truth aside. A lot of righteous haters try to play both sides. In one's life lies Yah and Satan's truth aside. In one's life lies Yah and Satan's truth aside. In one's life lies Yah and Satan's truth aside. A lot of righteous haters try to play both sides.
Ever heard? Attitude reflect leadership. 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 Attitude reflect leadership.
You know you listening to the one and only Oxakai.
Yeah, Marquise. Or we about to hit him with something they ain't heard before. Let's go. Let me talk my shit. The truth is the truth, no matter how you accept it. I'm a Hebrew king that Babylon has rejected. Morals and soul intact, never neglected. Fuck these rap industry niggas, yeah I said it. I'm stuck when I'm stuck with, cause I don't suck dick, I don't sell brick. It is what it is. The Most High blessed me with this gift just to spit and lyrically call you fake rappers on your shit. Blow for blow, let them know I'm ready to go. The difference between me and them, I still have my soul. Why sell it for a season when you promise tenfold? But niggas will be niggas, ain't that right, Momo? The truth is the truth, no matter how you accept it. There isn't like blood that's coded in my genetics. Bar for bar, so you can feel my kinetics. I know my purpose and my mission. Intercepted, intercepted.
Babylon has did everything to try to keep it from me. They don't want to see me grow with the truth. Don't want me. The truth is the truth. I know my purpose. on a mission. Babylon has did everything to try to keep it from. They don't want to see me grow with the truth. Don't want me. The truth is the truth. I know my purpose now. Now I'm on a mission.
In the age of low wages and raging races, haters are mad faces that haven't been awakened. Chasing oasis to be rich and famous. Abrasive vibrations can be real contagious. We all vagrants in a wasted matrix. So basic sensations have reached the apex. Time to give the hopeless a conscious facelift. His stages and phases of inspiration. So don't say shit, it's just confirmation. I'm giving directions to misguided strangers. So do yourself a favor, stop spilling blood on the paper. One with the creator, we don't waver from no danger. His purpose with no caution, no hoping in slow motion. A lot of painful emotions got me feeling explosive. But I maintain from implosion and stay away from commotions and stick to the slogan to be chosen.
Babylon has did everything to try to keep it from. They don't want to see me grow with the truth. Don't want me. The truth is the truth. I know my purpose now. Now I'm on a mission. Babylon has did everything to try to keep it from. They don't want to see me grow with the truth. Don't want me. The truth is the truth. I know my purpose now. Now I'm on a mission.
Life is an unpredictable and amazing journey. Our ever-changing conditions within today's society and the constant new trends influencing cultures can become overwhelming, to say the least. But no worries. The Network of Awareness podcast radio show brings peace of mind in these challenging times. Follow us on your favorite podcast listening app and join our community of Network of Awareness at networkofawareness.com. And we are back. Oh, I forgot to take off my echo. Okay, people, I'm back. So today's episode is all about how it's just another day in the USA. It's just another day living in the hood. Just another day around the way. I don't really feel good today. If any of y'all know, some of y'all older folks may know that's a Queen Latifah song. That was from her, I think her album was called Unity. Yeah, she had a lot of fire songs back in the days. But not to get too off topic, is that it's just another day in the USA, people. Like, we live in a country that is socially engineered to consume you into consumerism, to get you distracted, to lead you astray, to keep you dumbfounded, to keep you away from who you truly are. And that's why those that are wicked get gifts. And what I mean by that, the wicked get gifted, is that the more wicked you are in this country, the better off you are financially. The people that do some of the most vile things are the most financially favored people. You know, like they everything works in their favor. Like, they make a shitload of money for being the fucking vile human beings that they are. Let me tell you about a movie, okay, that I watched last month. It's on Hulu, okay? It's called Fresh. Fresh, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Fresh is about a guy, okay, that basically sells human body parts and cooks them and sells the food. In the movie, his branding boxes and his insignia, you know, his trademark, it was satanic symbolism. It was the Baphomet with the horns, the goat horns and the goat head with the satanic symbolism around it. That was his insignia for his food, the delicacy food. And what he did was, this was a guy, a white dude that basically would go out and meet women in the most, how can I put this? In like some of the most common places where you can meet people by chance. And like, let's say supermarkets, libraries, convenience stores, stuff like that. And what he does is he meets these women and he goes out on dates with them. He like, woos them with his charm and personality. And then they, they like him, they be feeling him, and then they'll go on a date with him. And as he goes on dates with them, he basically does a psychological profile and a background profile by asking the right questions. He'll ask them, hey, do you have family? Do you, are you in constant contact with anybody? Like literally trying to find out what their situation is to see if they're a good target for what he needs, which is their bodies, so that he can keep them alive long enough to cut their body parts off of them to sell into this black market where people like to eat human meat, cannibals, but they like to eat it cooked. And this is what this dude did. And he made a shitload of money. And even though it's a movie, there are people like that. And he happened to be an actual certified plastic surgeon. And he was very good at what he did. See, a lot of people think that Satanists are some dumbass people, some low-level people. These people are very intelligent. They hold very prestigious positions here in America and abroad. And this particular individual was one of those dudes. And there was a scene where he has a little plate of some pasta with like a little meatball. All right. And that plate, he told the girl as they were eating it, right? It was a body part of some woman that he already had killed or whatever, or had in storage, because what he would do is he would keep them alive and just cut their body parts and feed them very well so they stay healthy enough to stay alive, until ultimately he didn't have any more body parts to cut, and then eventually they had to be killed. But he told the woman, that plate right there, that little meatball, that's $30,000 just for that little plate. And that shit is real, people. That's some real life shit that goes on here. Don't fucking get it twisted. That shit happens here. People are eating people, and they pay big fucking money to do so. Okay? Especially if it's a fucking child, a female child. Because he says it in the movie. He says females are more of a delicacy. Their meat is better than a male. And I believe that, because you hear me say all the time that the female anatomy is one of the most wonderful things that I've ever seen in my entire life on this planet. All right? It's just a fact. And in that movie, they were showing you so much truth. It was directed by a female named Mimi Cave. And I wouldn't be surprised that if Mimi Cave herself is a Satanist as well. Because when they do these movies, it's based on reality that they're living, that they know about. That's what Hollywood does. Hollywood is a fucking demonic place. But I bring this story up to prove that that movie is just another example of how the wicked flourish financially. I should do an episode called How the Wicked Flourish Financially, because it's so fucking true. They do, man. You know how many people I've met that I just know that there was something off about them? And I'm not going to mention no names, and I'm not going to mention where this person lives, but I truly believe that this female that I once knew of, that I don't know anymore, that I've completely detached myself. I believe that she has satanic ties because some of these people, like when people come out of the military, they don't make a lot of money, but there's certain people that come out the military and they make a shitload of fucking money. And it just doesn't add up. But then you got to see what their family ties are, how well connected they are. And then you can, if you start connecting the dots, you'll understand why somebody that only served in the military for, let's say, 6 or 7 years or 10 years is making a shitload of money for the rest of their life. What the fuck did they do? And there's a lot of people like that here in the United States. There's a lot of them. They're all over this motherfucker. There's a lot of them in Colorado. There's a lot of them in New York. There's a lot of them in California. They're everywhere, people. Everywhere. And you'll never know it unless you have the spiritual eyes to see. Then you'll start to know, because there's a certain aura to these people and they do some wicked shit. Some of them are even cops. The cops that be doing some of the most dirtiest shit, they're part of Masonic brotherhoods and they are living well, extremely well. There's fucking cops out here that have mid to low 6-figure incomes in retirement. They got motherfucking 6-figure income pensions. How? What the fuck was you doing? Oh, I worked a lot of overtime. Yeah, that's how you got a high 6-figure fucking pension? The fuck out of here, man. You got to be an idiot to believe that shit. These motherfuckers do wicked shit to get that type of money. All right. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that makes money in this country and does well for themselves are wicked, because there's some good people that make a shitload of money because they were smart and they were very diligent in following universal principles, and they made the most of it. But a lot of those people get compromised once they reach a certain status in their income. I've known some of these people that started out in the personal development industry, in the direct marketing industry, and they were good people. But once they get to a certain level, next thing you know, they're doing fucking seminars with fucking Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins is high Masonic Order Brotherhood. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Tony Robbins is a wicked dude. He may say all this positive shit and all that, but he's bought and paid for by the fucking cabal. But nobody wants to believe it. Oh, you talking about Tony Robbins helps so many people. Of course they do, because that's how they masquerade all the shit they do behind the fucking scenes. You know how many fucking Satanists and wicked, vile motherfuckers out here are philanthropists donating millions of dollars? Doesn't Bill and Melinda Gates donate millions of dollars to various foundations and organizations and charities? And Bill Gates, a.k.a. Hates, is one of the fucking most, come on, man. We don't even got to go there. Aren't they philanthropists too? And you know about what Bill Gates' intentions are. We have to be aware and prepared so that we don't get caught up in situations that we can't handle, situations that can become overwhelming very quickly. Because if you've noticed, social media is now becoming the new Hollywood. It's becoming the new sensation. That's why you see so many celebrities now doing the whole social media thing, because Hollywood is pretty much over. Hollywood is hanging on to their last string. When was the last time you saw a really good movie? When was the last time you saw a really good movie? There's not really good movies like there was back in the days. Hollywood is losing its creativity, but I truly believe that it never really had creativity. Hollywood they used to steal shit, just like a lot of these artists like Prince and writers like Stephen King. Stephen King probably wrote a few books in his entire life. That motherfucker don't be writing all those books. He steals that fucking information that's given to him by other writers that are trying to come up and trying to make a name for themselves, and they're too fucking stupid, so they start sharing their fucking books and ideas with people like Stephen King, and that motherfucker's wicked himself, and he's gonna steal your shit, and he's gonna call it his own. And there's so many people in various industries that do that. That's why if you want to become famous, you are going to have a bleeding asshole, a mouth full of nut, and you are going to eat shit and do a bunch of vile shit. And you're going to see a bunch of vile shit done. And you better keep your mouth shut if you want to keep your pockets fat. And that's a fact. It's just another day in the USA. And a lie doesn't become true. Wrong doesn't become right. And evil doesn't become good just because it is accepted by a majority. And the last thing I'll say to that statement is, people, all of this alphabet gang fucking agenda that's being pushed down our throat, it's only to bring about pedophilia. Pedophilia is the big unspoken secret, but it's the secret that everybody knows about, but they don't talk about. And this society called the United States of America is slowly but surely working its way to try to make pedophilia normalized, accepted as modern culture. Mark my words, people. We will see in our lifetime how pedophilia is going to be pushed as something good, as something that shouldn't be frowned upon. Because that statement that I just read, a lie doesn't become true, wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good just because it is accepted by a majority. And what is that? What about the alphabet gang? Aren't they becoming the norm and accepted by the majority now? Doesn't mean that it's fucking good. Because I'm going to tell you something. You cannot convince me of another man sticking his pee-pee in another man's booty hole is something positive. Because the way the Most High created life, everything serves a purpose, everything has meaning, and there is no meaning or purpose when a man ejaculates his semen into another man's butthole. There ain't no baby. There ain't gonna be a shit baby coming out of a man's butt. All right? And no two women rubbing vaginas together is gonna produce anything. No fruit is going to be brought forth from that behavior, from those actions. And I'll say it over and over again to all of you people from the alphabet gang. Without me and all of the rest of us men and women that actually like to have sex with the opposite sex, you won't fucking exist, period. So stop the shit. This country is so wicked in its behavior that it's only a matter of time that this bitch is going to fall to its demise. Like I said in the song with Brother Take One, right? Where I said Babylon, ain't looking so good. She needs oxygen. This bitch is about to fall. She's about to fall and she ain't going to get up. She's going to be like, I've fallen and I can't get up. And there's not going to be no ADT or whatever fucking little button for this country to press to be saved. from falling. This bitch is going to fall and it's going to stay down. America down. America down. 911. And there ain't going to be nobody to pick this fucking place up. This place right now is weak in the knees. This place got arthritis right now. The bones are aching. And it's only a matter of time. And with all this inflation and increase in price waging and all of this shit, this is all by design to bring this bitch down, to bring about a one world order beast system. And that's why you hear people like the demonic fucking demon called the Pope from the Vatican talk about, we need to be one world. We need to be under we need to be under one order, one love. Be careful with that word love too, because a lot of Satanists love that word. That's why you see all the hip hop artists and R&B artists in the music industry. They always saying love, love. Yo, that's love. That's love. Be careful. Because the only true love is the Most High. The only truth, which is infinite, is the Most High. The Most High is the infinite truth. And all praise to the Most High for the truth that he's put within me and within you. So, brothers and sisters, I'm going to end the broadcast by letting you know that I called myself a messenger because I was told I was going to be a messenger for our great creator that always is and will be. And my purpose that I serve to the Most High is to let his children know, which I am one of them, with unwavering faith, to let you know that you have light within you and that your life has value and that your light is bright and it has substance to it. And don't ever let anybody convince you otherwise. Because this year is our year, because we have faith over fear. So don't waste time looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, because the light is and always will be within you. So as long as you live in the present, you will always have an opportunity to start a new beginning. So start a new beginning of truth and let it be absolute, because all things are possible through our Creator, Yahweh Elohim, that which is and always will be. So all I have to say to you is peace, love, and light, and barakatah. And don't live in fear. Have faith, because it is a superpower. And the time will always be now. So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't try to wait for tomorrow what you could do today. Do it today. Do it now. Serve your purpose and serve it for the purpose of serving the Most High, because the Most High gave us gifts that are meant to be given back. So it's time to start giving back. This is Or the Informationalist from the Network of Awareness. Peace, love, and light, brothers and sisters.
This concludes the Network of Awareness podcast. For more information on the Network of Awareness, please subscribe via email to our website, networkofawareness.com, and follow us on Spreaker.com or any other listening apps you use. For any questions about the NOA, email us at aura@networkofawareness.com. Thank you for listening to one of the fastest growing podcast shows on society and culture in America and abroad. When you live in the present, there's always an opportunity for a new beginning.